cutting board maintenance, okay? You got a nice cutting board. Now you got scratches all over it. And we need to put it back how it used to be. So when you look at it, you'll see the scratches. And then the scratches from all the cuts and everything. So what we're gonna do, we wanna get rid of all these scratches, right? So we can make it look good again, because they're used by different knives, you know, when cutting and so on. Now the other side is fine because the charcuterie side was used on this side. We're gonna put some stuff on it so that way it'll look the same as the other side. So we're gonna deal with this side only. And so this is the long grain. If you have an end grain cutting board, it's different, okay? So we're gonna get rid of all of this stuff and we're gonna make it look like new. So in order to do that, you're gonna need, to make all of these go away, you're gonna need either sanding block, or you can use one of these to put sandpaper on it. A Mr. DeWalt here, or Mrs. DeWalt right here. And then you're gonna use it to go over it to get rid of the scratches, okay? And you'll start out with the 150 sandpaper, okay? Then go to 220 sandpaper. And then we're gonna do 320 sandpaper. Now, then what we're gonna do is we're gonna place this on the board, okay? This has to be heated up in some warm water, and then we're going to apply it, wipe it, and then we're gonna set it in this dry rack here, okay? We're gonna set it in here. We'll take this, set it in here, let it dry for about 20 minutes, and then we're gonna buff it off, okay? And then, so you'll need 2 coats, minimum 2 coats that you're gonna use to put this on. And you can find this anywhere in the stores. They're a few dollars, less than $10, $12, okay? And you're gonna use that. I do have my own, but we're gonna use this for the sake of the video today, because this is everywhere, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get started. I'm gonna use this today, and I'm gonna go over it with that. See, still have more to go. gone. Okay, we got a couple here, here, and here, and there. But other than that, we do good. All gone. All gone. So now I'm going to wet it and then go over one more time. So we got 220. See? Looks really good. Nice and smooth. Alright. Now, time for the 320 is next. I'll use this machine for the initial cut. But on the second cut, I won't use this. I'll use this instead, okay? I'm gonna take this same 320 sandpaper, gonna use this for the final step, okay? So I'm gonna wrap this around, like so. And now I'm gonna do it by hand. All of it is gone. Nice and smooth. All of it is gone. Empty. No more scratches. Okay. Now I'm gonna wipe it off with the blue towel again. I'm gonna let it dry. We'll let it dry. And then now, while this is drying, I'm gonna put this on. Now it's really thick, so you have to heat it up. So that way it's very liquidy, okay? And what happens is, it's easier to apply. But I'm gonna get some freezer paper. We'll put it on. Sides. I'm going to use this rack. I'm going to put it right there. We're going to let it dry. You can see how it has soaked it up. You don't see a whole lot. It's because it soaked it up. Okay, that means it's going in the wood, which is a good thing. So now we're just going to buff it up. All right. And there we go. And then you just want this to dry for a little longer before you use it because it still has the residue. And then it'll finish soaking through. So just wait a good couple of hours or so, or let it wait a day, depending on how much you put on. All the scratches are gone. Everything is done. you have this drawing, right? Let's say you took way too much off and you have really deep scratches or gouges in it. Then what happens is you're creating a new surface. So because you were creating a new surface, now what you have to do, you have to get the food safe, okay, mineral oil. You have to put that on there, let it soak for 20 minutes, and then wipe off the excess. This does the same thing too, both of them, because it's mineral oil and it's food safe. So you'll have to put this on your cutting board so that way it can soak through, okay? And then after this, then you're gonna put this on the cutting board because this is a protectant. So when using only this is used for when you just took off a little bit of it, you had slight scratches in it, and you just want to repair it. If you have really deep V cuts, that's when you want to actually plane the cutting board and get a planer, whether it be a hand planer or whether it be a regular big machine planer, and you're going to run it through. And then you're creating another new surface because you still have to, because after you plane it, you're taking off a whole entire layer. So a few layers off of the cutting board. Then you have to sand it, and you have to sand it for the 120 or 150, 220, then 320. And then that's a completely new surface. Then you have to use this, and then you'll use that. So it depends on how deep your scratches are. Depends on how deep your cuts are, as to whether or not you're actually preparing a new surface or not, or if you're just doing upkeep. But your cutting boards, your wood cutting boards, can last you for a very long time. You just have to maintain, you just have to keep up with it, just like you would anything else. Now, if you have an end grain cutting board, the end grain cutting board is different with an end grain cutting board because you have cuts this way, the grain is this way, it's this way, it's this way, you know, it's all different ways. Then with that, when you're sanding it down to get rid of the cuts, you can go anywhere. You don't have to go with the grain like you would with the flat grain. So, and then you still will use this, but you do want to keep up with your cutting boards by using some kind of a conditioner or mineral oil, okay? So that way it helps restore it and protects it. So all three do the same thing, just this one just has more of a wax to it, which is a protectant. So when you wash it, you know, it'll easily dry faster and so on. And if you could use mineral oil, but like I said, it has to be food safe. You use mineral oil that's food safe, then you're good, and you can actually use this all the time if you want to. In fact, you can put this on after every time that you've used your cutting board. If you use your cutting board every day, you can use this every day. After you wash it and let it dry, you can put some on a little towel, you know, put it on the towel and wipe it off and let it sit, so on and so forth. It's the same thing like you would do with cast iron pans. Cast iron pans, as soon as I get done with my cast iron pan, which I've had which was my great grandmother's on my mother's side, I take a little bit of oil, olive oil or vegetable oil, and I put it on the tissue, and then I just go around the whole thing and then let it sit. So then what happens is the cast iron doesn't rust. So with wood dries out and becomes brittle, and so the mineral oil will help keep it seasoned, I guess you could say. It'll keep your board seasoned, and it'll keep looking really nice and have this nice luster every single time. So those that, you know, those moms out there, those dads that do cook, we do overlook the cutting board. We use it as a tool for us to be able to chop vegetables and fruits and so on, and meats. It's just that, unfortunately, sometimes the cutting board it doesn't get maintained the way that it should. So you really want to make your cutting board last forever. Make sure that you keep up with it and use mineral oil, food safe. You use a butcher block, either way, it all does the same thing, except one has a wax and one does not. And that way your cutting board looks great all the time. So this is drying for about 20 minutes. And that's what you do. You want to let it, when you're using a conditioner, each coat, you want it to dry 20 minutes and then apply another coat. So I've put 2 coats on here, and so it's, you know, you want to probably have something like this in your kitchen. That way, after you have something like this in your kitchen, that way you can be able to maintain the cutting board. Even I need to get better at that too, because it's one of those things that we forget about, but it's something that everyone can do. It doesn't take a lot of time. Resurfacing the cutting board takes less than an hour, and most of that time is the drying part with the little wetness of the cloth to bring up the grain, and then the time in between when you put the conditioner onto your board. So, but if you do it every day, then it won't take any time at all, but you know, you just have to be aware of those scratches and stuff like in knife cuts. So I hope this helps, so you can have a good cutting board. I'm gonna buff this off real quick and we're gonna see what the end results look like. And there we go. And then you just want this to dry for a little longer before you use it, because it still has the residue. And then it'll finish soaking through. So just wait a good couple of hours or so, or let it wait a day. All the scratches are gone. Everything is done. Looks good, nice and smooth. Another resurface again. So beautiful. Okay, I just put some on the other side to just condition it, but now I can use it again. Hope this helps everyone. This is something that everybody can do at home, okay? Easy maintenance for your cutting board.